Good afternoon, folks. It is 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock on Thursday, February 9th. And welcome to another episode of 10X Action Sales Mastery. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to go over farming. I've spoken with a lot of real estate agents over the years, and one of the questions that I ask a lot of times is, who knows what farming is? And some people raise their hand. I've gotten the answer before from people who have said, I'm really not sure. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to put together something here for farming, what it is, what you should be doing to keep your farm growing, just like anybody who's tending to any type of crop. You want to make sure that you keep things growing. And so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to share my screen, and bear with me for a moment. And all righty, here we go. Farming, planting the seeds of success. Just like any crop on a farmer's field, you have to take care of the field. You need to nourish it. You need to take care of it. You need to cultivate it. You need to make sure that things are okay. You need to be on top of it because if you're going to grow the crops, you certainly want to reap the rewards of those crops there. So let's get a little bit deeper into this here. Getting started, building your farm. There's lots of different things that you can do to build your farm. One of the first things you need to do is identify what your planting fields are. A farmer does that when they're when they're creating their farm. They identify their fields, what they're going to grow in it, what the crops are going to be, how they can rotate the crops, that type of thing. And you're going to take on a similar role, but these are going to be this is going to be your farming area for your real estate business. One of the things that I always suggest to people is they always ask, well, what should I do? Where should I start? I don't know what to do to begin. Start small. Start in your neighborhood. Start maybe up your block, for a couple of blocks, maybe the people behind you, maybe the block behind you. What you need to do is you need to find an area for your farming where you're going to make sure that you're going to tend to those crops. There can be different crops in different areas on your farm, but you're going to make sure that you take care and nurture it. So I suggest starting with your neighborhood. And you can always grow your farm as well. So what you should do is let everybody in your farm know who you are and what you do. Nothing a little more frustrating than find out your neighbor down the street listed their house with somebody else, and well, they just didn't know you were a real estate agent. Don't assume everybody knows what you do for a living. It's your job to tell them who you are, what you do, and how you can help them, friends, family members, coworkers, with all of their real estate needs. You're going to want to nurture your fields and nurture your farm area. So the people that you have in your farm area, say it is your neighborhood, you're going to want to make sure that you reach out to them on a regular basis. You're going to want to nurture those fields and those relationships. And otherwise, they're just not going to survive. I mean, you can't plant a field full of crops and, if nobody waters it, whether it's an automated system or, from the heavens above, if it doesn't get water and it's not taken care of, it's just not going to survive. You have to be consistent. You want to check on your fields regularly and set a schedule. I find things are much easier to keep a handle on the real estate business when everything is scheduled. I suggest Google Calendar. Schedule everything in there from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. set alerts for things to happen. That's how I keep on track here. For the meetings here, I get 3 alerts within half an hour of starting here on the Zoom courses. So you have to be consistent, check your fields regularly, and set a schedule. Be creative in your farming. Maybe some areas you're going to want to do different things than you do in other areas, depending on your reach, depending on what your goals are. Each one of those fields are different, just like on a farm. Some farm you're planting corn, some farm some of the fields are hay fields. It just depends on what you're growing. Maybe you're growing some chicory or something like that, or out west, chickpeas, things like that. Each field is different, each farm is different. So don't think that any one way and one type is better than the other. All righty. Let's get a little specific. Business cards are the least effective way to get you in front of potential buyers and sellers. Business cards are inexpensive. You could make a big splash with a low expense with business cards. Business cards these days are a lot fancier than they used to be, and they're much more expensive, or much more affordable as they used to be, and buying them in larger groups, I would say, especially if you're going to use them for your farming area. What I actually do is, for certain business cards, if I'm going to meet with clients, I've got a certain business card that I give to them when I go and meet with them. If I'm they're a nicer card, it's got a nicer texture on it. If I'm going to be using cards just for putting at gas pumps and putting at convenience stores and in different displays and things like that, I'll buy something. Maybe I won't buy the most expensive paper, and I won't buy the spend the extra for the nice touch. But I put my business cards everywhere. I put my business cards on gas pumps. I put them in stores. I leave them at restaurants on the table when I go out to eat. I drop them off in the doctor's office. When I'm getting my glasses done, I'll lay some there on the table, 1 or 2. Sometimes I actually take one and put it in a magazine in a doctor's office, and later on, somebody's going to flip through it. My cards, who knows? Maybe they're going to find it, maybe they're not. I put my business cards on bulletin boards where they share different information on convenience stores and coffee shops. I put them, in church groups, fitness centers, all the different places that I go to. That's where I put my business card. And I give a few to my friends and my family, my sphere, my close friends and family, who are more likely going to hand out my cards to people. To just keep 1 or 2 in your pocket, your wallet, or other friends in their purse or whatever bag or something that they carry, or maybe in your car. And if they hear somebody speaking about real estate, whether they know them or not, just go up and say, "Hey, I heard you talk about real estate. Give my friend a call." I've gotten business that way. It's just fantastic when you get some business, especially when it's unexpected. What you can do is you can also send an introduction postcard to your farm, or maybe a letter. I know agents who have done that, saying, "Hi, I'm your neighbor down at blah, blah, blah street. And, I want to let you know that if you, a friend, a family member, coworker, needs any help with real estate, I'd love to be your go-to resource person for all things real estate." You can do the old school stuff. You can do doorknob hangings. I used to put my business card on doorknob hangings and just go around and hang them on a bunch of different doors in the different neighborhoods that I was farming. You could host a neighborhood dish to pass, or barbecue, or maybe even a block party. Those are some things that people are like to do. Engage other parents at your child's events. When you go to the school events, when you go to the sports events, get to know your friends, your son's friends' parents, caretakers, and speak with them. Let them know that you can help them. A lot of people do postcard mailers. You could turn your business card into just a larger postcard, mail that out. But you need to talk to as many people as you can. And you need to tell every single one of them who you are, what you do, and how you can best help them, friend, family member, coworker, with all of their real estate needs. So you want to make sure that you're the go-to person for all things real estate. All right. Rule number 1. He who has the listings wins. Rule number 2. He who has the listings wins. And rule number 3. He who has the listings wins. What does this mean? Well, I'll tell you about that. When does a listing work for you? Listings work for you all the time. When you're not working, listings work for you. When you're showing listings, listings work for you when you're at home inspections. When you're doing a final walkthrough at another house, your listings are working for you. When you're at an appraisal, your listings are working for you. When you're at team meetings, when you're at a closing, listings are working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So when else is a listing working for you? When you're on vacation, when you're out on the beach, you're listing at home, it's still working 24/7. When you're at a backyard barbecue, somebody's flipping a burgers, cooking up them dogs, your listing is working for you. When you're with your loved ones, your friends, your family, your special, that special person for you, or your dogs, or even, when you're at your children's sporting events, if you have children, or you're at a sporting event, or you're at doing things, your listing's working for you. When you're taking the Sunset Drive, your listing is working for you. And when you're playing golf, a lot of people play golf, your listing is working for you. What I think, and the way I always go about it, a listing is basically a personal assistant that works for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. While you're sleeping, it's working for you. While you're working, it's working for you. Think of every listing, like I said, think of every listing as your personal assistant. Again, if you got 12 listings, you have 12 personal assistants working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 12 personal assistants working to put money in your pocket to get your listing sold, to help your business grow. When do buyers work for you? Simply put, they don't. Buyers are in it for them, and they should be. That's what you're there for them. You're there for the buyers. You're there to help them with their goal. And you have to do the work. You have to find the property for them. You have to make the negotiations for them. You have to help them make the right decisions. And sometimes after doing all of that, somebody else sells them something. So who would you rather work for? Who would you rather work for? Buyers or sellers? So one of the things that I did when I was in real estate back in when it was 2008 to 2015, I held my real estate license here, and I worked with another agent, but I did what he referred to as guerrilla marketing. It was a term that one of my fellow brokers, Brad, came up with to describe what I did to get myself in front of buyers and sellers. What I did is, like I said, my business card, I had them with me at all times. I was blanketing my areas. I was blanketing my farm areas with my promotional materials. One day I was putting door hangers on their front door. Maybe 4 or 5 days later, they were getting a postcard in the mail. Maybe while all of this is happening, they're seeing my business card at the bulletin board at their local restaurant that they favorite for lunch. They see it on gas pump where I stick all of my business cards. So what I was doing was just getting my face, my name, my association with real estate in front of them as much as I could on a daily basis, everywhere. And one of my friends actually had said, Erica, I see you everywhere. So once somebody told me that, I knew that's what was going on. I knew it was the right thing to do, and it worked. I still get hundreds, I get thousands of views on my old Google business account from 2008 to 2015. And I haven't been licensed since then. I let my license expire. I stopped working 2013, 14 or something like that, and then just let my license expire. So I haven't been licensed since then, and it works. If you get your name, you get your face in front of as many people as possible, let them know what you can do for them and how you can help them, the better. Another thing you need to do is you need to live by your calendar and die by your calendar. Sorry, biggest complaint in sales is no one called me back. Don't be that asshole. We all know who that is. We all have seen that person. We all have waited for them to call us back, and they never do. As a professional, you need to be on top of your business. No one's going to do it for you. So the best way to stay focused is to schedule everything, schedule your entire day. Google Calendar is packed with all kinds of features to keep you focused. You can colorize things for different types of appointments, your non-negotiables, your doctor appointments, your client meetings. It keeps you focused. It'll let you know that you've got appointments coming up. You could schedule different alerts for you. And it works. So you can schedule it and commit to it. When you commit to something, it's more personal. So committing to something, hopefully is where you're going to go. And like I said, live by your calendar, die by your calendar. As an independent contractor, your company can do it. Can give you lots of information. They can give you lots of guidance. They can help you. But real estate is hard work. Real estate is difficult. But if you're persistent and you're committed, it can be very rewarding. One of the things that I always stress, like I said, we were just talking about calendars. Your calendar is your best friend. Schedule your day. I do a $1 million schedule for success calendar, and it's structured every day. It's the same thing. It's basically getting bored with the same thing every day, but it's committing to it. I get up in the morning, I do my thing with my family, breakfast, shower, that type of thing. Then another point during the day, I check all my market data. 8 o'clock, I start hitting the phones on expireds. So I start doing that. And then I've got some role play that I do a little bit after that. I have follow-up that I do. I have another hour of power calling for prospecting. And then I have my daily tasks to fill that I have to finish up. And it keeps me on track. My afternoons, my evenings are for listing appointments because I specialize as an exclusive seller's agent. I no longer work with buyers. But again, if you work at it, you stay consistent, commit to it, and be willing to be held accountable. You're going to succeed. You're going to do extremely well, but you got to do it. So we'll be back here again next Thursday. I'm not sure what we're going to be talking about. I forget what I have on my list here, but it'll be a good one as well. If there's anything that anybody's interested in hearing about and me going over, feel free to reach out. ERIC@10xactionsales.com. And you can text me 607-483-1236. It's been my pleasure. I will see you again next Thursday, 3:00. And yeah, I do appreciate your time. So let me just sign off here. Stop sharing. Again, peace out. I appreciate everybody. You have an amazing day. Have an amazing weekend. And practice your scripts. Put it all into action because, again, scripts are nothing more than talking points. Once you get those down, your talking points become just part of your normal dialogue. Have an awesome day. Again, peace out. Have a great and amazing weekend. Bye-bye.